Woo! And already we're off to a rough start. Hold on, I gotta hit record. All right, guys. Hey, Dream Chasers, welcome to your Personal Hype Man podcast. We are live on YouTube. We are recording the podcast episode that will air tomorrow, or tonight. Actually, it'll probably be tonight. Let me be honest. But welcome. So, for those who are new, Your Personal Hype Man is a podcast that I began January 1st, 2020. Little did I know that COVID-19 would make its presence known, that we would be quarantined, any of that. I started the podcast because it was important to me to help encourage you, the listener, and remind you that you are awesome. Remind you that you are enough and that you are awesome, and this world needs you just the way you are, as you are. And that was my intention. And I did it for about 2.5 months. It was awesome, but it was also a lot for me. It was stressful. And so it turned into something that I didn't want it to be, which felt like a burden. And so I took some time, took a hiatus. We went off the air for a bit, and now we're back. And here we are on this new episode of Your Personal Hype Man. And I'm so glad to be here, trying something new. It's November 2nd, and we are facing our fears and our nerves. And I know you guys are like, Amy, what are you talking about? You go live, you're on video all the time for Chasing Dreams podcast. And I'm like, yes, I am. But here's the thing. That's recorded. I could edit that if I want. This is live. There'll be some small edits, like I think taking stuff out or whatever, but not a full edit. And so this is a little bit more. And for those of you who watch or follow Chasing Dreams podcast, check out the videos on YouTube, the audio podcast if you want. But you'll notice my background is different. Yeah, I am changing things. That's the whole thing. That's the whole point. In October, I hit a milestone birthday, 40 years. Not really embarrassed by that, but I didn't really turn it because I didn't get to celebrate it with my family and friends because of COVID. It was a low down, quiet celebration with family in the sense of my parents and my sister who were here. My youngest sister, my brother-in-law, and my niece could not attend, of course. We're trying to be smart, trying to be safe. So as a result, I turn 40 next year. I don't make the rules. It's just the way it is. And so, but that doesn't mean that I'm doesn't mean I'm not continuing to evolve and better myself. And so one of the things I'm doing this year in my 40th year is trying new things. I've been a podcaster for 7 years. Crazy when I think about it. I have never really been a live streamer, and now I'm about to be a streamer. So here we are streaming, and it's kind of exciting. So we gotta start. You gotta have a baseline. This is it. This is me going live on YouTube with just my webcam, my Rode mic, not Rode mic. It's a Heil mic, but my Rodecaster Pro, capturing it all, and my background, which is changing. And so what you're going to see if you follow the Your Personal Hype Man podcast on YouTube, the video version, what you will see is the evolution of the studio. And so right now you see a little bit, the bookshelf has moved. We're getting new barn doors put in and a little touch of a paint job. And then you guys got to help me put up a background. I got to figure that out. Right. So it's a process, it's a journey, but I want you to join me in that journey because it's fun. And it's not for any one reason or anything. I want to do it. I think, life is too short to not do stuff that's fun. And I know a lot of you are going through something right now with this being election week, with this being still COVID-19 in the United States. And I think across the world, actually. Numbers are rising, weather is changing. It's tough and it's stressful. And you're like, Amy, I can't think about fun right now. I need you to, because I need you to make yourself a priority. It is so important in this day and age that we make ourselves a priority because no one else is. No one else will make you a priority. You have to make yourself a priority. And it can mean a number of things. But a wise man, Mr. Chris Stevenson, a past guest on the Chasing Dreams podcast, episode 232, when I checked it. So you can find the episode at amyj21.com/episode 232. But here is a clip of something that he said that stood out to me and really resonated. So hold on, I hope you can hear it. It's not about being mean or turning away from people. It's just saying, you know what, I have to do what's right for me. And I think the one sort of thing that goes with you owning your own choices, then it does also become your responsibility. When all of a sudden it's like, this is what I'm going to do. Well, what if I don't make it? Or what if I fall short? Then it is your responsibility. But yeah, so many people just feel obligated. And I love the word obligated because a few years back, I told myself, I'm only going to let 10% of my time go to things that I feel obligated to. Ooh. Right? Because think about that, obligated. You feel like you have to. Life is too short to do things that you feel like you have to do. I feel obligated to go to this person's thing. Well, then don't go. Because if you feel obligated, you're not enhancing their experience because you're not really there to have fun, right? So stop feeling obligated. And I'm not saying be an anarchist. Do whatever you want at any time. Don't do that, obviously. Be a good person, take care of yourself and take care of other people. But make your choices. You got one life and it's short. You got one life and it's short. Obligated. How many things when I heard him say that, and I looked back at my life and looked at points in my life, especially recently, about things I was doing. How many times did I do something because I felt obligated? A lot more than I expected. And so I don't want you to feel obligated when you do something. You should be doing it because you enjoy it. Don't do something because you feel obligated to be there. If you don't want to be there, then don't be there. It's your life. Don't do it. Don't do it. You have to make yourself a priority. And with everything going on, especially this week, it is so important that you take the time to make yourself a priority. For example, one of the things I'm doing this week for self-care of myself is typically, normally in the past elections, my family gets together. We watch the news. We look at the cycle to see how's it going, what's going on. But this year in particular, I felt it in 2016, but this year in particular, my anxiety won't allow me to do that. I can't do that without my mental health being put at stake. So I don't want to feel obligated to watch the results. So I'm taking myself out of the equation there. So I told my family, look, listen, you guys watch it. I don't want to take away from you. I'm going to be in my office downstairs. I'm going to watch something fun, probably the last season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine or Schitt's Creek, because I've only watched one season of that and I'm overdue. And I'm going to do something to take my mind off of the election this week because I voted. Hopefully, if you're listening to this, you voted. And if it's November 3rd when you're listening to this, go vote. So I did my part, and now we just got to wait and see what happens and how it plays out. But I got to take care of myself. So if it's not watching the news cycles, that's what I'm not going to do. If it's turning my mind to something else more fun and more upbeat, that's what I'm going to do. So what is it that you want? What is it you want to do? I need you guys to make yourself a priority, whether it be your physical health, your mental health. It's about you. I'm not asking about your family. I'm not asking about your friends. I'm saying, what is it you want to do? And how can we make that a priority for yourself? Chris makes a great point. If you don't want to go somewhere, don't go. Don't feel obligated to go because you're not doing yourself any service by doing that. And you're doing a disservice to the people you're going to go and be around. Life is too short to live with regrets. You guys got to, I've said it before, I say it again, your mental health is so important. And so that's what this podcast is about. This is what this reminder is. You guys, you listening, you are awesome. You are enough just the way you are as you are. And so it's important that you understand that. No amount of actions you do for someone else is going to make up for who you are, right? So don't do something because you think somebody else wants you to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If it's because your family says, have a conversation with them. You have to talk and it's not going to be easy. Let me make that clear. It's not going to be easy. And, even the conversation with my parents saying, "Hey, I'm going to be in the basement while you guys listen to these election results." Because these past few months, we've all been together about, what we want. And they couldn't understand why I wasn't doing it. I was like, listen, for my mental health, I can't be here. I can't hear about predictions that may work and then fall and then get excited and then not. That just triggers my anxiety. And so, we had the conversation. They still may not fully understand, but they respected my decision and understood it enough to say, okay. And so that's what we're doing. So it's never easy, but anything worthwhile isn't easy, right? So make yourself a priority. I don't want to take up the rest of your day to do that because I want you to go out and make yourself a priority in everything you're doing. Take some time, look at what you have going on, and see if you can't make it better by doing something you want. COVID-19 and quarantine restrictions don't have to limit what you can do. There are workarounds to all these things. I'm not saying go break it, break the rules and guidance given by people. Don't take chances. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's a way to find things. It may not be the most ideal situation, but there are ways. All right. So, with all that being said, I want you to remember you are awesome. You are enough, just the way you are as you are. And so I'm going to leave you with that. If you like this video, if you like what you're hearing today, make sure you subscribe. Click on the subscribe button on YouTube, click the bell. And if you're on the podcast, hit subscribe. We are going to be going live on YouTube for these episodes that are going to record, and then it will be placed on wherever you listen to your podcast so you can get it. But it's going to be an exciting world. You can see how things change and how this podcast evolves and what we do. But it will be now a weekly podcast instead of a daily podcast. So very excited to have you guys. Very excited to be back. Happy November. 2 months left in the year. Make the most of it. Life is short, and it's too short for you to feel obligated about the things you're doing. All right. So till next time, Dream Chaser, keep chasing.